as a part of this project, we're improving both the health of the forest alongside the stream and the stream. So prior to the restoration, really lots and lots of invasives, lots of trees, native trees that were diseased, dying, falling into the channel because of instability. So we're trying to recreate a healthier and more native forest here, which is very important for habitat, but also helping with water quality for the stream channel. Prior to the restoration, this site, this stream reach, which is MeadowCreek, and it extends about 9,000 feet of stream, so almost 2 miles. This stream reach was exhibiting a lot of degradation issues. So the main one was very, very steep, eroded vertical banks, in some areas as high as 10 feet tall or more, that were just completely raw and exposed dirt. This was resulting primarily from stormwater runoff coming from the watershed, causing high volumes, high velocities of water in the channel, and really just causing those banks to be carved out by these high waters and also eroded down. So we had large piles of unconsolidated sediment that in essence were burying the stream bottom and pretty much making it a real challenge for much aquatic life to get a foothold here. So we had poor habitat, poor water quality with too much sediment, and of course sediment can carry with it nutrients and other pollutants that affect waters downstream, such as the Chesapeake Bay, and these steep, unstable banks, which were just causing more and more degradation, in addition to safety hazards and really just an unsightly look to this system. You can imagine this stream, way back when, was just a small little channel flowing through the woods, and as the watershed developed and things changed, the water that the stream was carrying, again, increased in velocity, increased in volume. So the idea with the channel restoration was to help the stream to become stable in this sort of new watershed setting. So to do that, there was work done to add meanders in some locations. There was work done to shape back those really, really steep banks to allow the stream to actually access the floodplain, whereas before, with those steep 10-foot banks, during high events, that water was just trapped in the channel, kind of exacerbating the problem. So the banks were sloped back so the waters can actually access the floodplain and slow down, and energy is dissipated. The stream designers, they do extensive modeling and field data collection to try to figure out what would be the most appropriate, pattern. Where should the meanders be? Where should the straight parts be? How big should the bends be? How tight should they be? So they look at every single aspect of that. And they do have to take into account the existence of utilities and other things to try to work around those. So it's a holistic approach, looking at the whole, almost 2 miles. They try to figure out, again, where that pattern should go, and also along that pattern, where are there areas where we might want to install an in-stream structure, is what they're called. This is actually an example of one. This, if you see the rocks that are placed in this channel here in kind of a V-shaped pattern, this is an in-stream structure. It's called a cross vein. And the purpose of this is to help direct flow to the center of the channel, and also to help control the grade. So as the stream is dropping down, we have these in place every now and again to help ensure that the stream bed doesn't cut down too much. And you can see it's functioning quite well. All the water, for the most part, is directed towards the center of this. And during a high flow event, the water goes up these arms and spills down back into the stream versus, cutting away at the stream. This whole section was quite straight prior to the restoration, but you can see, there is a nice pattern throughout here, which again helps to slow energy. As if you imagine driving down a highway, you can go really, really fast, but when you're on a slow country lane with curves, you got to slow down. That's what a normal healthy stream does, and that's what has been recreated here.